Recording.
All right, here's the Bonneville T120. It's the one I always wanted to try. Got a real classic look to it. Very nice. Oh, we'll give it a shot. See how it goes. Small, light. I need a small, light bike. All right.
Recording.
All right. Trying a Bonneville. I don't even know what this is. Give it a shot, though. I'm waiting forever. Oh, this is not bad. Nice and smooth. Yeah, definitely like this. It feels low to the ground, though. I've scraped my foot a couple of times. And it has a weird turning. Doesn't really fall into the turn. All right. Got to get used to it. Man, it feels good when you're moving. The temperature. Pretty warm out otherwise. Whew. All right. Nice suspension. I like that. For sure. Got a little bit of a new mix with old analog versus digital. I feel there's a little, delay when you hit the gas. It takes a second to spool up, almost like it's a turbo. It might be, I'm shifting too soon. I'm not used to where the power band is. Seems like I need to get the RPMs up a little bit there. But otherwise, so far so good. I like it. And nobody's been tailgating me. That's awesome. Man, it's so low to the ground. I'm not used to this. Being on the adventure bikes, on my tippy toes here, I'm like, feel like scraping my knuckles on the ground almost. Oh yeah, I like how light it is. And the riding positions, good. Um, is there anything exceptional about this motorcycle? No, I'd say the suspension's pretty good. I'll give it that, right? An engine's an engine. I'm gonna take that back. Obviously, reliability is one thing. So, outside of reliability and how much power it delivers, going forward is going forward. I am not looking for something with a ton of power. So I am pretty easy to please on that front. Well, looks like it's raining, or it's going to rain. Well, apparently it does not have self-canceling signals. We figured that one out. Man, it's so weird having my feet so close to the ground. That's so funny. Smart move. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, you got who the heck knows their ability behind you. Okay, so what do I think about this motorcycle? One, it doesn't fall into the turns. It could be something to do with the tire width. So I'm not going to necessarily ding it on that, but it's also the bike is uninspiring. Right? It's the only thing it's good at, decent at, that's I would say not exceptional but different, would be its suspension. The suspension is pretty good. Power delivery is underwhelming. Like I said, it feels like it's a turbo lag on it. Um, it gets me going and forward, and I'm just not the target customer for a motorcycle that has, this much horsepower, this much torque, this, whatever, all this performance. That's not me, right? I just want to go forward. I do want passing ability, entering the highway, ability. Uh, but, outside of that, I'm okay with going 65, 70 miles an hour all day and taking 5 seconds to get there instead of 3 or whatever. I'm just not about that power thing. I'm more about the experience. I like a lighter motorcycle because one, I'm getting older, and the weight has affected me. I can feel the difference. And the type of riding I do is mainly off road at this point, and even when I ride pavement to get to off road, I've come to appreciate a lighter motorcycle for not only off road riding but on road riding too. Yeah, you're tossed around a little bit more on a little motorcycle that doesn't weigh as much and all that. But you're taking the good with the bad, right? And the good is I'm older and weight is important to me, and a smaller motorcycle weighs less, and that's the most important thing. One of the most important things to me. So, what about the seating position? It feels like I'm a little cramped. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm used to riding an adventure bike and a dual sport motorcycle, and on those bikes, some of them I've lowered the pegs, I raised the handlebars. They're modified motorcycles. Uh, so, I dialed them in, and I quite frankly remember them not being so great stock, and that's why I had to dial them in. And so now I'm comparing it to a stock motorcycle. Um, but I'm pretty sure that when you go to dial this one in, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money. I mean, if you know anything about a DR or DRZ, I mean, these are motorcycles that have been produced for 20 years plus on the DR, and parts are not that expensive. And to get it the way you want, you can like $500, you dial that motorcycle into perfection almost. Outside of a cogent system, a spring system, suspension system. Excuse me. The cogent suspension system is the only thing that would really cost a ton of money. So the riding position's fine. I mean, it's not great. It's a little bit of almost a cafe racer feel to it. Um, with these mirrors. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just cues of stuff. I mean, it doesn't really have a ton of personality. Personally, I think I don't know. This is the bike I really wanted to drive, so I think it's the Bonneville, but maybe it isn't. It does have that shape to it, so maybe it is. I don't know. If it is, I'm disappointed because I had high hopes for this motorcycle. This is a nice ride. Nice long ride. I mean, I could be home watching TV. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go home. I'm so excited. I got a knife review. It's gonna rock. It's gonna rock. It's a knife that I really want. It's gonna be awesome. All right. In summary, this bike is just okay. Right. I think that should kind of sum this guy up. I will record it one more time and get the name of this motorcycle. All right.